Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Peaches from Lovers of Healthy Life, and I wanted to come on here and wish everyone a happy Father's Day. And you are the rock of your family. Well, last month, me and my husband celebrated being together for 37 years. We have been married for 35 years, and it has been the best years of my life. And I am just so grateful and so thankful that the Lord has blessed me with you, my love, and I wouldn't change anything for anything in the world. The ups, the downs, I would go through it all over again because I love you with all my heart and all my mind. So right now I'm sitting back and relaxing and enjoying the garden and taking time out for myself to enjoy the fruits of my labor and just sitting down and relaxing. And yes, I have a million garden chores to do and things to do here on the homestead, outside and inside. I still have seeds to plant, seeds to sow, transplants to plant outdoors. I still have peppers I need to get planted and so many things that I still need to do. But sometimes you just have to sit back and relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Today I'm collecting roses. They're so fragrant for rose tea or rose water. It's so delicious. And this is actually 3 different types of roses. Tez rose and the Darcy bustle rose is in here, and also the rose of Alexandra of Kent, that's in here as well. This right here is such a pretty rose. This is actually Alexandra of Kent rose. Well, I have some volunteer mustard seeds that I'm going to go ahead and harvest today, and it's growing right around this zinnias. I have a lot of zinnia seeds that inside my garden this year I didn't have to plant. Really pretty zinnia plants. And like I said in my previous video, the zinnias that come up all by themselves seems to be the most vibrant. They have so many blooms just on one zinnia. So pretty. Well guys, today I'm tying up my tomatoes, giving them a little bit more stability as they grow. I really enjoy, like I said in my last video, growing my tomatoes this way. And my voice is a little deep because it's early in the morning and I haven't had my coffee yet. But anyways, I use this twine here, and I'm going to put a link to the twine that I use. But what you don't want to do is what I did. I left this out in the rain, so the box got kind of mangled, because this twine can get tangled really easy, and you just want to make sure that it doesn't get tangled when you use it, because it's so hard to untangle. But anyways, I'm going to be tying my tomato roll up, and this is one of 2 tomato rolls. I have another one right over there. This is the one that's doing the best, I think. It's the tallest. Some tomatoes that are reaching 6 feet tall now. And I decided with these tomatoes is just to let them grow wild. I'm not really pruning them back much at all, except for if I see a bad leaf. I'm trying to keep the leaves from touching the ground. But as you can see, I use the fabric here, the grow fabric, and it doesn't allow dirt to splash up on the tomatoes when it rains, so that's one plus. And so far so good, and there's so many tomatoes that are growing. And I have been harvesting the tomatoes that turn red on the vine, but some of the larger ones I may start pulling off the vine and just putting them in the window to turn red. Now here's my other roll of tomatoes, and I'm tying this roll up, and it has a ton of tomatoes as well. The only problem with this roll, it's only about 4 feet tall in some areas. Some areas it's 5 feet tall. And I've been spraying with this organic neem oil spray, and I know you can make your own, which I'll probably be doing as well. But this was just really convenient, already in a bottle for me, and the mix is already there. So this is what I've been using. And so far so good. The tomatoes are looking really good in this row. So lots of growth, which is what I look for. But the white flies, I know, will eventually suck the life out of your tomato plants. So that's why I'm spraying them. And remember, when you spray, you want to spray early morning or late in the evening, because the sun can burn your leaves if you spray. And that goes for watering too. Unless you have some type of drip or irrigation, you want to try to spray water. And I don't like to get water on my tomato leaves because they don't like it. And this is my succession planting of beans right here and right here. And yeah, these are supposed to be bush beans, but I had to trellis some of them. I have no idea what they are, but I'm thinking they're just pole beans, so that's why I had to use this trellis right here. So I'm not sure what they're going to come out to be, but we'll see. And then over here, where these beans are planted in this row, was actually my tomatoes last year, which is why I have this volunteer tomato, which I'm super excited about, because guess what? It is the grape tomatoes. And I'm not sure if I planted any grape tomatoes this year. I just think God's so amazing. It's just amazing because I love grape tomatoes just to snack on. And I'm not sure why I didn't plant them this year. Maybe I did plant them. I'm not sure, because you know, everything you see I planted by seed. So the tomatoes, the peppers, all vegetables that you see in my garden, I grow strictly by organic seed, non-GMO seed. And right over here are my first bush tomatoes that I've been harvesting, and they're ready to harvest again. These are Roma bush beans, and most of them are Roma bush beans. Some of them are just the stringless beans, but most of these over here are the Roma bush beans. And we really do like the Roma bush beans because they're like an Italian bean. You cut them like sort of like a flat square, and we just love them. You can stir fry them, and you don't really have to boil your beans, and I don't like doing that anyways. I think it takes all the nutrients out of the beans. Well, right here are my newest row of peppers, and believe it or not, I still have about 2 more rows of peppers to plant, and I'm going to be planting those throughout my garden. And these are cayenne peppers right here, and other types of hot peppers. I'm really concentrating on planting a lot of hot peppers this year, sweet peppers too, but a lot of hot peppers, because hot peppers have an anti-inflammatory use. They have capsaicin, I think that's how you say it, capsaicin inside of them, and it is known to help with pain and arthritis. My knees were hurting, and it really did help, so I am concentrating on the hot peppers, the cayenne peppers, and I make my own hot pepper powder. I dehydrate the peppers and then I blend them up. Now remember, when you do blend your hot peppers, that you want to wear some type of mask, because it will really irritate your throat and your eyes, your hands, just about everything. And my bell peppers are starting to do really well. They're growing. These are orange bells right over here. And this is Sugar Rush Peach, I do believe. Yeah, Sugar Rush Peach. So they're supposed to turn a peachy color. And more bell peppers over here. They're doing really well. And my raised bed garden is really starting to fill out with loofah and grapes and flowers. Mandeville flowers are really starting to bloom. And my roses are coming and going. I'm harvesting roses. Just loving my cutting garden. It's really doing well. Well, I added this little gate to my raised bed garden, and mainly for decorative purposes. I planted some daisies here, and they're doing really well. And my zinnias on the backdrop here are really starting to fill out. And I'm slowly cleaning out this bed right here. I cut back the oregano and also the lemon balm, and you'll notice in another month or so it'll be back bushy again. And this is my bean tower. And in my last video I told you about these trellises that I have going throughout my garden. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these bean trellises, and different types of beans that are growing on these. I think right here may be the Kentucky Wonder beans. Not sure, but we'll find out. And let's take a look at the eggplants. The eggplants are coming along over here. They seem to be doing really well, despite the fact that they've been attacked by the little black bugs, which I do not like. And over in this bed, I have one little okra plant. I may plant a couple more. We don't eat a lot of okra here, but I wanted to participate in the challenge by A Beautiful Nest TV. She gave a raw eating okra challenge that I wanted to participate in. So my granddaughter loves eating okra, so we're going to be participating in that. We're both going to be eating the okra raw. I may go ahead and plant a few more plants just in case this one didn't turn out good. I have some squash, zucchini squash over here planted, and it already has flowers on them, and cucumbers growing up this vine, and all the zinnias that you see growing throughout my raised bed garden. I did not plant, they just came up all by itself. I have some way over there and over here, all throughout my garden. I'll be showing you. Even in this circular raised bed, this zinnia right here came up by itself, so I was really blessed. And then this massive sunflower, which is about, I don't know, maybe 15 feet tall already, and it is doing really well. And this is next to the bean tower, Jack and the Beanstalk, that's growing the beans up the tower. And I didn't show you my cold frames that I'm growing lettuce in. And I like growing my lettuce in raised beds like this. It just, I don't know, it just works out better. It keeps the bugs away from my lettuce. And over here in my raised bed greenhouse, I turned over the soil and put in fresh soil. If you saw it in my last video, how I make my soil, I added new soil, or not all new soil, but some new soil to this bed. There's some kale plants in here, and also I think there's some cabbage and broccoli plants in here that I grew inside my she shed. And then we have Swiss chard, and I have all types of Swiss chard in here, and hopefully this will feed us for the next couple of years. And over here by my seeding area, we have strawberries and banana transplant, and this is a citrus that I grew by seed. And I am doing a pineapple, and I've been growing this pineapple since last year, and it looks like it's doing pretty good. And I kind of tuck it underneath when it gets a lot of rain. But yeah, this is my pineapple that I grew from a pineapple top, and this is my first time actually showing it, I think. And over here in this raised bed is more lettuce growing, so hopefully we'll be able to harvest some of this soon. And over here in this bed, there's more zinnias that came up on its own, and then another bean tower. And the beans that I planted over here are the noodle beans. I actually had to start these cucumbers over because we didn't have a lot of rain, and I forgot to come out and water them. So now they're doing really well. So I just threw some seeds in, and they seem to love it. And over in my raised bed, I planted my Roma tomatoes. These are the Roma tomatoes over here, and they're doing pretty good, and more flowers and more zinnias. Aren't these zinnias? Look how pretty that is. So beautiful. I have more eggplants that I planted and another tomato plant and peas that'll be growing up this trellis. And perhaps we have a cucumber here. Yay, we have a cucumber. I'm so excited because I want to make pickles. Lots of pickles. So yeah, I'm excited about the cucumber. And my massive fig tree. And this fig tree right here is starting to have a lot of figs on them as well. Lots. In my raised bed garden, I actually have 7 fig trees, and all of them have figs. The largest one has no figs, so go figure. And I have another one, another large fig tree over by my large apple and pear trees that doesn't have figs as well. So I think maybe the deers get those. Right here, I'm going to be planting my marigolds that I grew by seed, and I'm going to be planting these throughout the garden. My marigolds looks like they have blooms on them already, so I'm going to be planting these throughout my garden to keep away the bugs. Well, some of the white cherry tomatoes are ready for picking, and I'm so excited. I even see some red tomatoes on the other side. I'll go over there, show you. And I'm gonna let this one ripen in the windowsill. And right here are the fruits of my labor for the day. I made fresh bread. I actually made 3 loaves, and these are really huge loaves of bread that I make with my sourdough starter that I have right here. And I harvested green beans and my favorite white cherry tomatoes and peppers and more tomatoes. Some of the tomatoes I'm going to put in the windowsill to finish ripening because we've had a lot of rain lately. Well, I didn't get a chance to harvest my flowers because it just started thundering, and I don't like being outside in the thunder. So I'm going to call this a pretty good harvest day, and looking forward to harvesting more vegetables in a few days. Well, I didn't have time to can my green beans. I just shrink wrapped my green beans. I'm going to throw these in the freezer.